Hello and welcome to the New City Kids Holy Week Renewal videos. My name is Miss Lindsay and I'm so happy you're here with us today. Let's talk about those words, Holy Week. You may remember hearing about them yesterday at church. Yep, that's right. Holy Week began yesterday on Sunday. We celebrated Palm Sunday. It's also called the Triumphal Entry. Whoa, great! Look at this. I think I know what this means. Do you know what this means? Mark. You think he's here somewhere? I think he probably is. Hey, Mark, are you there? Mark. Oh, there you are. This is so great. Hi, Mark. It's been a whole year since I've seen you. Thank you so much did you bring this egg? Thank you. I knew it. I knew it was you. You're such a servant. So does this mean that you're going to be with us and you're going to bring us our eggs every day to give us our story clues? Oh, that's going to be so much fun. Okay. Thank you, Mark. This is awesome. Okay, so I think that this would be the egg for Palm Sunday, and it's got a clue in there to remind us what we learned about. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this open, and we'll remember what we learned yesterday. Let's do it in the count of 5. Here we go. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. Oh, okay. I get it. Here we go, Mark. Take a look at this. Look at this. Okay, that's definitely a donkey. So you remember a donkey from yesterday? Okay, so we learned about how Jesus rode into Jerusalem riding on a donkey. And the people were waving palms and they welcomed Jesus as their king. That's very important. But we should also remember that not everybody was happy to welcome Jesus as their king. In fact, those religious leaders grew more and more disgusted with Jesus as the days went on. They did not like him. They wanted to get rid of him. Jesus knew this, and he told his disciples that he had to go to the city of Jerusalem and that he would suffer many things from the elders and the chief priests and the scribes. He would be killed, but he would be raised on the 3rd day. This week is all about learning about God's plan. Jesus would come to rescue us from sin, death, and Satan. This is his mission, and he would accomplish it, but it would not be easy. Okay, so here we have our clue from Sunday. Let's move on to Monday. I think we should probably have another egg coming to us. So Mark, why don't you go ahead and grab our Monday egg? We'll see our clue about what our story will be for today. Go ahead, Mark. Whoop! Nice toss, Mark, and nice catch if I do say so myself. Okay, so all right, this one's full. Can you guess what's in there? Let's open this one. This time, let's get a little drum roll, okay? Give me a little, or something like that. Okay, here we go. Ready, set. Okay. Ooh, this one's full. Interesting. Here, Mark, I'm going to put these right next to you. Look at this stack of golden coins. There's a lot of them there. Maybe we could even fit more in here. Okay, this is our clue for our story today. Not quite sure what this means, but I'm sure we'll find out as we go to story time. Before we do, I'm going to tell you our key verse that goes with our story time. Okay, it's from the book of Mark and chapter 11, verse 17. Jesus, was teaching them, the people in the temple. Is it not written, "My house will be called a house of prayer for all the nations," but you have made it a den of thieves? Okay, let's go to story time. Jesus in the temple, Mark 11, Matthew 21. Easter was one day closer. Crowds filled Jerusalem. At Passover, all God's family visited the temple. The temple was a holy place, a place God had set apart for His presence to dwell. It was a place for God's children to make offerings for thanksgiving, worship, and forgiveness of sin. They met with God there. As Jesus entered the temple on Monday, He saw an astonishing sight. This place, the temple, set apart for worship, looked more like a shopping mall or a flea market. Even worse, people were selling their goods dishonestly. They were being tricky with the money so that they could get rich. They were cheating. This made Jesus very upset. He began to kick the people out who were buying and selling. He overturned the tables in the courtyards. He toppled the chairs, and he stopped the money changers. He would not allow anyone to carry their goods through the temple. Then he taught them, saying, "Is it not written, 'My house will be called a house of prayer for all nations'? But you have made it a den of thieves." Then the blind and the lame came to him in the temple, and he healed them. When the chief priests and the scribes saw the wonders that he did, and that the children were shouting, "Hosanna to the Son of David," they were angry because they knew that these people were calling Jesus the King. The religious leaders looked for a way to kill Jesus, but they were also afraid because the whole crowd was amazed by Jesus and His teaching. So the religious leaders waited for the right time. As God's presence, Jesus is the temple. He is the place of worship. Through trusting in what Jesus did on the cross to pay for our sin, we can live with God and He can live with us at all times. That is good news. Hey everybody, we're going to make what's called a resurrection garden. I've never done this before, so we're going to try and do it together. It's basically a scene that depicts the tomb where they laid Jesus' body, and then you get to take the stone away from the tomb on Easter Sunday so we can celebrate that Jesus was resurrected and came out of the tomb alive. So I'm going to go through the materials that you would need to make this at your house, and there also is a link to a list down in the description box below. Okay, you may have some of this stuff at your house. I did, so that was the easy part. I did go out to Lowe's and pick up some materials. So let's see what we need for this. This shallow pot is about 12 inches in diameter, and I have something underneath it for when I water it so the water doesn't go everywhere. So you'll need a pot and then some topsoil. So I just got that from Lowe's as well. Maybe some rocks. These were out in my front yard, and I got some of all different sizes. Some, I would say, medium, and then some that are very much like pebbles. So we'll fill that in all around where the tomb is going to be. Then also from my yard, I got several sticks. So we're gonna use these sticks to actually make some crosses that will go in our garden. With the sticks, you can use a hot glue gun to put those together, or what I did was I just used some twine, and I'll show you how to do that. You need one larger rock. So this was also in my front yard. This is gonna be the stone that's in front of the tomb. Now, to make our tomb, you'll want one of these smaller pots. So this is 4 inches in diameter, and we're gonna lay it down on its side like that. So it's like the opening of the tomb. And then the larger rock is the rock that goes in front of it or to the side of it. Okay, and then I went and picked up some plants. So I have this type, a couple flowers, and a fern. We'll just kind of figure out what looks good and do that together. I have some scissors for the twine and something that's kind of like a shovel, although I couldn't find my little shovels. So I'm just using a spoon. And I think that's it. Besides maybe some gloves while you're digging in the dirt. I have those down next to me down there. So let's go ahead and begin. So you've got your topsoil in your pot, and when I poured mine out, it was really super clumpy. So I just took my gloves and I smushed it up so that it was nice and even, and there were no big bumps in it. I think that I'm gonna start with planting some of the plants. So I'm gonna get my gloves out, put those on. They're already dirty because I've already messed with the soil. And I might not even need my little spoon because it's kind of easy just to go ahead and dig. Now, before you plant your plants, you might want to think about, where will I put my tomb? And it's okay if it gets dirty because we can just brush it off. I think that I'm gonna put mine a little over to the side, and then the rock will be there. And so I'm gonna plant my plants in the background over here. So I think I'm gonna start with my larger fern. I'm gonna put it in the back. So let's get one of these plants. Love this one. And it's already moist, it's already been watered. So I'm gonna just dig a spot nice and deep. And we'll just stick our fern in there. This is so easy. Come on, little fern. There it is. Look at that. See that? You can see all the little roots in there. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and incorporate that dirt into the dirt I already have. If I get too much, I can always take some out. And there we have it. There's the first plant. It's already looking so good. Okay. Now, I think I'll go with another one. I'm gonna put this one over here, kind of like in the front. So let's make a spot for that. I'm not gonna use my spoon this time. I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna make a mess, but that's okay. This is still fun. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. There it is. Okay, get it down there. Stick it in there. Okay. Good. So I'm making spots. I want it to look like this because I want it to seem like there's different bushes and different trees in my garden where the tomb was. So we're gonna stop here for now. And this is what we have so far. So if you don't have any of your supplies and you want to continue on, go ahead and try to get those, and we'll continue adding to our resurrection garden. Time for me to clean up.